And this is Ken Kreitzer for CBSI Services, talking business in New York at the Direct Marketing Club of New York Silver Apples Gala Award Banquet. And we have a chance to talk with one of the honorees today, and that is Carl Horton of IBM, came up from Texas for this. Carl, great to see you. What's the evening like for you?
Oh, it's been amazing. One, it's just been great to see a number of incredibly talented people who are also receiving awards. It's been great to reconnect with so many friends, as we talked about, people who you're competing against, people you're cooperating with in this industry. And it's just been great to hear what people are doing in this incredibly hard-charging space.
Very good. Maybe you could tell us a little bit, where did you grow up and how did you get started in, at IBM and in the data business?
Absolutely. I grew up in the Washington, D.C. area. And moved to Connecticut after going to Yale. And I have been at IBM for the past 2 years in the new consulting practice called Digital Strategy. It's a global practice where we work with our clients to leverage AI, IoT, and blockchain to personalize marketing and help them on their digital transformation journey.
Very good. Well, those are some of the key technologies being added to the digital marketing, data-driven marketing space. What were some? How did you learn some of those skills and get comfortable with them?
Absolutely. I mean, it started many years ago with initial just basic segmentation, working around retention. How do you understand how one segment is treated and what they respond to, becoming more and more relevant? Then breaking those segments into smaller and smaller groups. Then starting to use more technology to be more responsive. And then starting to use more and more advanced technology where it's become real time. So then partnering with our software development team to integrate machine learning and advanced AI to be able to integrate the strategy and the marketing that I know with the software development they know, into just really advancing our clients' needs.
Very good. Maybe you could mention some of the steps in your career path before you got to IBM.
Absolutely. First out of college, I actually was a math teacher. So worked at an urban school in Washington, Southeast Washington, D.C., teaching math. Then worked in management consulting at Bain & Company, working with Fred Reichel, doing a lot of the early work around customer retention. Went to Harvard Business School, where I had a chance to really sharpen my skills. And then really got into retail, where I got a chance to work directly to understand customers' needs, the customer experience, like really tangible customer experiences in the store. Helped to work in launching a lot of the digital websites back in the late 90s, and really went from there in terms of the internet and e-commerce and then personalization.
Very good. Now, in your acceptance remarks, you talked about the importance of diversity, and that the next big idea in a company could be from a person who comes from quite a different background. Tell us a little bit about your experience and the importance of diversity.
Absolutely. So I'll go back to my first job, first corporate job out of college. I was one of 3 African Americans at Bain & Company in the Boston office, and we were all new to the company. And the idea was we didn't have, established mentors. We didn't understand that corporate environment. And we partnered with the partners at Bain to establish a group called Blacks at Bain, so we could work together and support each other, so that we could understand the unwritten rules and really serve as support for each other. From there, had a chance to really understand the importance of support and mentorship, recruitment, both at the Ivy League schools as well as historically black colleges and universities. And it's just been a commitment of mine since I got out of college, is to make sure that you would, quote unquote, pay it forward. And everything that I feel like I've learned, I've tried to support others to be successful after me.
Well, one of the honorees from Experian talked about the need to respect customers and to respect their data and their wishes. How do you see, how can companies best execute that and respect their customers and data?
Absolutely. There's a fine line between being valued and being creepy, being proactive and understanding customers' needs from their history versus being just being creepy. So the idea is you want to make sure that you have their permissions and that you are truly adding value to the transaction or to their lives. And so what's really important is you understand them, you gain their permissions, that everything you're doing is adding value to their lives. So you really need to make sure that it's a balance, but that it's a progression, not it's a progression. You don't just go too far. You don't go too far.
Sure. Just a final thought. What's been the highlight of your career? It's something that you really enjoy doing when you go to work every day.
Wow, that's a tremendous question. I mean, there's so many things that I feel like I can look back and say have been exciting. If I would take a step back and say what's been the most exciting thing, I would probably say the work that I'm doing now in terms of leveraging Watson and using it to personalize people's digital experience online. So the work we're doing right now today, I couldn't have even imagined or dreamed of when I first got into marketing 30 years ago.
Wow, Carl Horton, congratulations from IBM on your award tonight from the Direct Marketing Club of New York, your Silver Apple, and a tremendous career that you're having.
Thank you very much for honoring me, and thank you for interviewing me.
Our pleasure. Good to see you. This is Ken Kreitzer for CBSI Services Talking Business in New York City.